Oh, all right, we did it. I know that we usually make things look easy around here, but that was by the skin of our teeth getting this put together today, everybody. Let me put my banners up. I got some news. I got some news to share that kind of took up my whole day today. Let's see here. Boom, boom. Look at that. Now we got banners. That kind of took up my whole day today. Your boy booked a commercial. I don't know. They haven't made me sign an NDA or anything, so I think you're not jinxing it once you've already booked it. But I'm doing a commercial for a certain cream cheese company, and I get to smoke it in my smoker, and my kids are going to be extras in it, so they get a little paycheck too. And I've just been on the phone all day with that. And so anyways, it was an undertaking to get this thrown together today, but we did it. So cheers, everybody. That's big news. There's been talks of some touring coming back. Is it showing up black? Seems fine over here. If anyone's in the comments or watching this, let me know if you're getting this feed coming through all right. I got 8 people watching it, so I think we're all right. JR's phone is coming through black. Let me know. Leave a comment if you can see me okay, all right? Hopefully you can hear me too. I don't think there'd be 10 people on if you couldn't hear or see me. I think people will be popping on and leaving, so hopefully it's just your phone, JR. Anyways, that's big news in my world. And I'm excited that I got some work, and there's a lot of comedians. I saw Brad Williams and Jeff Dye and stuff are doing tour dates, and can't see you. Oh, so there is a problem. That's weird. Let me see. You can hear me but not see me. All right, let's see if we can fix that. Add back. How about that? Any better? Any better? Hello? Any better? Is it coming up now? I can see.
Got it.
Got it? Can you see me now? Did it fix it? Are we good? I see you now. I see you, Jay. I see you, Jay. Jay was one of my guests last week from the Barbacoa Boys. If you guys, one of the funnest things about doing this every day is I've been chopping it up into 1 little minute of promo clips. And Mitch, I think it's fixed now. Just give it a second, or maybe refresh it, maybe close it and reopen it. So
We got the audio, but not video.
Audio, it went out again?
Yeah.
What is happening today? What is going on?
What, are you plugged into the thing?
Yeah, I think so. All right, guys, hold on. We're having technical difficulties today. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Just hang with us. Bear with us. Bear with us. Because I can see myself. Everything looks fine. Let me go. I'm going to go check the connection. I'll be right back. Talks amongst yourselves in the chat room. Yeah, it's working. Is the internet working okay? Should we pull the Ethernet and go full Wi-Fi?
What are the kids using?
I don't know, man. This is the first time. Boom, boom. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Could see you before you fixed it, and now you can't see me. So everyone's seeing me different times. And yours is still coming.
Yeah,
Let's close it out and bring it back in again. There. Go back to my live stream. Man, this is upsetting, guys. Well, it's pitch black in California, guys. That's what's happening.
Sun.
Yeah, I got too much smoke going on in my front yard. All right, well, let's see what happens. I don't know if I end the broadcast, if I could relaunch it is the problem. Stop cam, re-enter cam. Could see you in a moment. Yeah, it came in for a second, and now it's not working again, is what everyone's saying. This is the lame stream media taking us down, guys. They're trying to silence us. We have a bunch of viewers today too. Everyone just wants to watch a dumpster fire, huh? Let me see. I don't want to end it and bring it back in because I'm afraid it will kill the whole broadcast. I don't think we can do it. I don't think we could do it from the phone completely. Let me try that. Let me see my phone real quick. We're going to lose the audio. All right, here we go, guys. Yeah. I know you guys see me fine on Instagram Live. That's not the problem. All right, let me end this. And now, boom. Delete. All right, hang in there, guys. Hang in there. Sorry, Shane. I see you down there in the waiting room. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to see if I can fix it, everybody, all right? We're going cellular.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to try to bring it up on my phone.
Oh, we're there. We're there.
It's working now?
Yeah.
It's back up? It's back up? It's fixed?
It's really bad.
All right. It's bad for some reason. All right. We're going to see if we can. Hold up, guys. Hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. What if I just do it from my phone so it goes cellular? Or what if we pull this and we go full Wi-Fi? Those are my only. Now everyone's just watching because I want to see how this turns out. Yeah, it's black on my phone too.
Are they on 10?
That's not going to help. All right. Well, they say they can see me now, but it's choppy. I think just because it rained, maybe because it rained here today, I think the internet's just going kind of wonky. So we'll do the best we can, guys. Sorry about that. Hang in there. Maybe it'll get better as we go. All right. But we're going to have a show regardless. All right. Today I am drinking a pale ale called Familiar Friend from Common Space Brewery. Common Space, we are doing shows from there every other Wednesday. So we're going to be there next Wednesday. Let me go ahead and bring my guest in because this is a good segue because he's going to be on our virtual show this Wednesday from Common Space Brewery. One of my buddies, Shane Torres, everybody.
Hey.
All right.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Oh,
Was it choppy for you too, or could you see me and hear me okay?
You're kind of coming in a little better, I think, but
Okay.
it's definitely choppy. But I
How
look
stupid
great.
is it that we're like in this time frame where we have all this technology and everything works awesome, but it's literally, I think, because it rained a little bit earlier today that everything just goes to shit.
I don't think that's it, man.
Now, you
really
don't question my technical knowledge, Shane.
Yeah, you're right. There's no internet in Seattle. It rains all the time.
They got that special internet, dude. That's why the NBA team. That's why the NBA team had to move. It was because of all the choppy Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they couldn't get their social media program up to what they wanted. They decided to go to the technical hub of Oklahoma City.
So I'm glad you're able to join me today, buddy. You have a couple connections to my whole barbecue world. One is that you travel with me a lot when we're on tour with Bert. And so you've had a lot of my barbecue in the travel smoker, just like one of my guests last week, Jesus Trejo.
Okay.
And then you got to be a co-host on one of my episodes when I went to Lewis Barbecue in Charleston, and you were on the road with me. So you came down and hung out with me and co-hosted the podcast with me that episode.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was right. We had to do that outside. I told you he came to the cellar one night, right?
Awesome. That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
It's so random too that you were just like there doing shows. Sorry, I'm checking out the volume here.
No, you're good, Hood.
And you were just walking through the Comedy Cellar, and then you saw you're like, I know you.
Well, no, I was on stage and he was in the front row, and I looked at him and was like, John? And he goes, nah. He goes, nah. And I was like, okay, I was mistaken. You look like this guy whose barbecue I like. And I guess,
And he's
he
like,
goes,
yeah, it's me.
he said no. I guess he was maybe gun shy, you know?
Yeah.
And then he came up to me later and I was like, hey, he's like, hey, good to see you. And I was like, what the fuck, man?
You lied.
Yeah. So I just look super weird. But he's a sweet guy. I mean, he makes great barbecue.
Well, now there's not going to even be a front row for a while at shows. Huh? I've been seeing a lot of comics posting that some of the clubs are starting to open back up. Jeff Dye was just up in Utah, and I think Brad Williams was in like Oklahoma or something, and they're selling tickets, but they're spacing people out in the club.
Oh, really? How'd they say? What were they saying?
Well, they said that tickets are selling out. I mean, obviously there's fewer tickets to sell, so that's part of that. But I was worried that if they put them on sale, that just enough people wouldn't be comfortable yet even going and trying it. But they're only letting people who live together sit together at a table. They're spacing the tables out so that they're, 7 to 8 feet away from each other. And they're only allowing about 100 people in the room. But I guess the show's a show, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Like that's probably the safest you can do it, right? Wouldn't you assume like there's not much of another way you could go about doing it? So,
yeah, you got to make your decision. You're either gonna live your life, but try to be careful, or you're gonna just keep it as shut down as possible. And I guess there's always a couple hundred people in every city that are willing to go out and give it a go.
Yeah, just depends on if you want to be that performer or not.
Here's just what I think. We've both been doing comedy for a long time now, and we both know we have a large enough sample size that when you do, like, obviously people aren't doing meet and greets after the show, but
yeah,
when there's not a pandemic going on, it's hard not to get sick when you go on the road, because there's just so many drunk close talkers who they think they know you because they saw you on stage, and they come up and they're like, I really liked your show. Hey, I got a joke for you. You want to hear one? And they lean in and you're like, bro, I don't know you that.
I do think there's a small blessing in that I won't have to talk to near as many drunks as I used to. Yeah. But yeah, you are right about that. The people will just come up and grab you and just, they're like, we're buddies. And I'm like, just for Christ's sake.
Yeah. No joke you have to tell me is worth me feeling your hot breath. I mean, the worst are like a woman who's been drinking wine, just a drunk wino breath. When she's like, you are so funny. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. That anybody, there's just, it's what it is. It's the personal space person who doesn't get it, but there are different kinds of personal space people. There's the grab you kind of rough and buddy, put his arm around you, like kind of like, yeah, he's all right kind of guy, And then there are the ladies, and then there are just the annoying people who are very sweet, but they're like starstruck or something because you were just on stage, and they just come up and they're very close, but they don't say a lot. It's like the ones that weird me out.
Dude, I got to tell you, man, I was just bragging before I brought you on, and apparently no one could see me. But I booked the commercial.
You're just related, buddy. But I see it.
All right, you got me now?
Yeah, I got it.
I booked the commercial today, and I did it was a self-tape audition, and it was a Zoom callback, and now I have to shoot it myself here and send it in to them.
What's
it's for a big cream cheese company, and the cool thing about it is, I didn't have to drive across town to go to the callbacks and stuff. It was all just from my house. And I'm like, I could get used to that, dude. I hope that these are the kinds of things that carry over where they're like, I guess we don't really need to make everyone drive to Hollywood just to tell them they didn't book it.
So is it a national cream cheese commercial?
Yeah.
Atta boy, Dave. Way to go, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I credit the stash. I know you're a big fan of it.
I fucking loathe it. That's not.
I find it so funny what a strong opinion you have about my mustache.
It's disgusting.
Why do you hate it so much? You even have facial hair yourself.
Yeah, I know, but yours is it's cut blonde, first of all. That's a real issue. Two, it's just, God damn it, Dave. What's wrong with you?
I mean,
you know why it's upsetting. I just can't upset it. Like, I can't say why, but you know for a fucking fact that Ew.
Look, I understand why my wife doesn't like it, but every other person
I got
is, even if it's
motherfucker.
I know my wife's got to look at it all day long and kiss me, so I know why she doesn't like it, but everyone else is impartial. But anytime I post anything on social media, you're like, please shave that blonde mustache.
People aren't impartial. They're trying to be nice, but what they're really being is bad friends. I'm being a good friend.
They're enabling me in my facial hair choices.
Yes. Good.
Well, I appreciate you being honest with me, buddy.
Ask is that they're covering your fucking mustache when you're out. So you're a goddamn creep.
That's been part of the equation too.
Shirt that says "Good Vibes, Dave." Do not act like that's an okay choice. And you make barbecue and give it away to people. You were one wood paneled van away from being a predator. That is disgusting.
When we were doing the live stream show from Common Space a couple of weeks ago, one of the comments, someone said I look like a rapey Captain America. I was like, all right. Yeah.
I forgot I typed that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no, Dave, man, it's gotta go.
Oh, let's shift the subject about something you can brag about me for and say nice things to me, okay?
Well, we'll get to
it. What have I cooked you on the tour bus that was your favorite?
Well, you always like smoke stuff, which is great. But the thing that was different, like you always do barbecue dishes, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is kind of, but like when you did the jalapenos.
Oh, the jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, because like I love the meat, but we always have the meat, right? So the thing that stands out, the ribs are my favorite between the ribs and the brisket and all that. But like the thing that stands out are those jalapeno poppers when you shave the cream cheese into them.
Yeah.
And you use some of the orange sauce, right?
I did. When I had Jesus on last week, we talked about the orange sauce.
Yeah.
And since we were desperately trying to incorporate it into everything. So I had never done jalapeno poppers before. Bert was on a jog and listening to a podcast or something, and they were talking about jalapeno poppers. And so he just texted me, Jay, we do jalapeno poppers? I'm like, yeah, sure.
We were at my gym and Food Network was on, and he just saw it running. It was great. And I thought it was funny. But
yeah, so I googled what I needed to make jalapeno poppers, and it had a couple different ingredients for making the cheese spread that goes inside. So I go, dude, we're just gonna throw some of that orange sauce in there and mix it all up, and then shove it in the jalapeno, wrap it in bacon, throw it in the smoker. I bought some at the grocery store the other day. I'm gonna do some this week actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I found a sublet I'm moving into here for another month or so. I'm going to be out here a little longer.
Nice.
So I found so I have to come by and get some poppers.
Do it, dude. So my birthday is May 31st, and I think I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like an all-day live stream, but it's not going to be as formal like this. I'm just going to set the camera up, and I'm
formal. It's not going to be formal in the Good Vibes shirt.
Oh no, I wear this at least every other day, so there's a good chance I'll be wearing the Good Vibes shirt.
I love that you're not going to be this formal when you're in a goddamn beach shirt. That's so funny.
I won't have the fancy borders, is what I mean, and stuff.
I see.
I'm just gonna sit in a chair and cook food, and I'm gonna invite people over, and they can come hang out at the wall over there, and I'll put some a cooler of beer, and I'm just gonna hang out in my front yard and live stream so people could join me. Like I'll do like a Zoom call or something, and people can watch and come in and join me and party, and we'll barbecue all day. So point is, you can drive by and hang out with me, and I'll cook some food for you.
I would love if I can get my paws on a car, I'll drive on over. The bike ride seems like a little too much.
It is, buddy.
What is?
Well, I'll come pick you up before I have too many brews.
You're in El Segundo, right?
I am. Yeah, I'm over by LAX, which has been the trippiest thing because normally we have a gazillion airplanes coming over, and it's been pretty quiet lately.
Oh man, That is.
All right, back to barbecue. Back to barbecue. You grew up in Texas, dude.
Yes, sir.
So was barbecue a big part of your everyday life growing up? Did you guys have it a lot, like with your family?
It's part of the culture, but it's not like it wasn't part of like everyday life. Like, it was something we would have a lot, but we would like take it out. Like my dad didn't barbecue really, and my mom was a Irish immigrant, so barbecue was like when she. I remember one time she told me this story about like Texas food. She was like, "Man, when I got here, the food was so goddamn good."
And then what happened?
Yeah, so I would say not like everyday life, but yeah, I definitely have some. My little brother worked at a barbecue joint, and he would bring home. The only thing they would save were the ribs.
Yeah.
So they would toss the brisket. You know, they would cook 2 parts. So he'd bring home sausage and chicken, all this great shit. For like, he worked there for like 3 or 4 months. Man, it was awesome.
What was the name of the town that you grew up in?
I grew up in Fort Worth, but I went to high school in Crowley.
Got you. So,
yeah.
I guess what I'm getting at though is like, with it being part of the culture there, did you realize that was like something special and normal? Because like I grew up in South Florida, and I totally took for granted the amazing seafood we had all the time. I just thought everyone in the whole world like got seafood like that all the time.
We knew it was a treat, but I wouldn't say I appreciated it as much as I should have.
Yeah.
But we knew it was a treat. You know what I mean? Like, but like the access to it now more than ever is like what I miss because it was so fucking good. Yeah, like,
and I'll bet it was way more affordable back then as well. Like now, like barbecues in everyone's consciousness as being like a premier food, But back then, it was probably like it was probably cheap.
Yeah, and like I remember it being cheap. Like I guess the renaissance of it is what it's like it's expensive now. I guess meat's just more expensive too. But I kind of remember like being like. I remember in high school, I would go to this place and just get chopped pulled pork sandwiches that were $1 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, you couldn't do that, but like you couldn't find it. But like we would study, we would go to this barbecue joint, we would study and drink beers and like order pulled pork sandwiches. It was great.
Yeah. When I was in college, so I went to Auburn, which is in Alabama.
Is that where your love came into it?
So that was a big turning point for sure. I mean, I always grew up around meat, but as far as true like barbecue, that's definitely where I learned to appreciate it at a higher level. Because there was this place called Byron's Smokehouse, and I didn't even learn about it until I was like a junior or something. Like we were driving out of town, and one of my water polo teammates was like, "Hey, let's stop in and grab a sandwich." I'm like, I never even seen that place before. And then from that day forward, I ate there probably 4 or 5 times a week. And they had these little like pork sandwiches, and you'd order the pork either chopped or sliced. So
yeah,
it was either they didn't really have pulled pork. It was like they would either slice it off the butt, they would slice it and then go ka 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 and chop it, or I guess the third one was like more of a pulled kind of pork. So I'd walk in there about $2 a piece, and I'd go, I'll take a pulled, a chip chopped and a sliced, please. And they would be all right, and then you have 3 different kinds, smother it in sauce, and it's gaga.
Yeah, just put it on the white, like just a starchy white bread or a starchy white loaf.
Just generic white, like hamburger bun, basically.
Barely holds the juice in. It's incredible. Yeah.
The 30-year-old dude who worked there, right? The guy who was like one of the family members of Byron. I used to see him out at the bar all the time. He'd be hammered out at the college bar. And here I am, 21, like I'm the one who's supposed to be irresponsible. And I'd be like, hey, dude, let's get you home safely. I need you to take care of those hands to make sure I get my barbecue sandwich the way I like it over the next year and a half till I graduate.
Really self-interest at this point, though.
Dude, I ate at that barbecue restaurant in Auburn so often that they catered my graduation party for like $100. Like they did it for cost, basically. Just as a thank you.
That's awesome.
Then I could probably walk in there every 5 years and they still remember me. They're like, "Hey, what's up? How you been? Same order?"
That's fucking rad. Yeah.
And it's been decades.
Yeah, my little brother worked at a place called Cousins, which was like a local chain, and they did. I remember they did pretty good ribs, but I thought that they killed it on their sausages. That's the thing I remember.
Sausages?
I think they did their sausages really good, if I remember correctly. But it's been a while since I've been there.
Well, so that place we went to in Charleston, John Lewis Barbecue, right? He really leaned heavy into sausage. He calls them hot guts. That's what they call it.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, right. And they had a separate smoker that was a stand-up smoker, and that was the sausage smoker. And then they had their propane smokers that was for everything else, the brisket and the pulled pork and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, didn't he say he could do like 2,000 links at a time?
Oh yeah, he could load that thing up, man. And they were like, they prided themselves in the fact that they did sausage, which isn't something that a lot of barbecue joints lead into. Everybody watching on Instagram Live, if you want to see the full feed, you can go to Facebook, you can go to YouTube, you can see our guest and everything. Or if you just want to see the behind the scenes, you can stay on Instagram Live. It's fine. So moving up to New York, what's been your food experience like now being a New Yorker?
Well, have you ever lived there? I can't remember if you ever lived in New York.
I haven't lived there. I've spent a little bit of time there, but not a lot. I've gone there for gigs and then I'll hang around for 3 or 4 days. So I've definitely immersed myself into the pizza world of New York, but not much else.
Okay. Well, I think for me, and I've only been there 5 years, so it's a little bit, but like one of the things you notice about New York, like when you're eating there, is you're always on the go, right? So sometimes, like you just go in, grab a sandwich or whatever from a place, and eat it like while you're waiting for your sub, while you're waiting for your train, or while you're walking to like you just do that, or you eat it in the park, and you take 10, 15 minutes to eat, 20 minutes to eat in the park, and then you run to your next whatever you have to do. But so like in some ways, it's been like you just eat whatever you stop and get, right? But my favorite thing, the thing I've really gotten into, is just like diner food, like Jewish diners, or Jewish delis and diners. Like, dog, I just like you sit down, like, because New York is just so go, 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 go. You just like, if you're living there and taking care of shit, then at the end of the day, you really appreciate like sitting down to a decent meal. And just like you're just with a buddy and you got a big bowl of matzo ball soup or some lox and on a bagel. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fucking some wife, like I like a house, like, so it's not like I got into a particular kind of new food, really. Maybe like Jewish deli comfort food, but like what I like about it is like that you're so goddamn busy, the meals almost taste better. Like you feel like you've earned them.
So speaking of the whole like the Jewish deli and all that, like something that I've definitely learned to appreciate since becoming an adult, becoming a man, that I had no experience with growing up, is pastrami. Pastrami was something that I had no clue and probably would have thought it was gross as a kid. And now as an adult, I appreciate the art, the process, the creativity of having a good pastrami.
Oh man, there's some fucking fire places. My little brother, he always goes to Katz's when he comes to town for work. And we'll go there and he'll just get one of those sandwiches. Like, he'll like, let's get them. It's on the company card.
Like the sandwiches that are like this big.
They're like $22, but they're 2 meals at least. And you just, you eat them and then you wash them around with like a Doc Brown's cherry soda and a bunch of pickles. And you just walk out and you're like, well, I got all this salt in me now.
Man, everyone's doing that in the barbecue world now, man. It's a big thing. You take a beef rib or they take a brisket and they pastrami it basically, and then smoke it.
Is it to be more creative? Like, barbecue is a pretty traditional way of cooking food. I get, like, in the way of like the dishes are like you smoke ribs, you smoke briskets, there's not a lot of new dishes coming in a lot, I feel like.
Well,
or new
man. So yes, there are the staples, and those are the things that people usually start with if they're building their menu out for a brick and mortar or something. But a lot of guys I interview for my podcast, really take pride in the fact that they get very creative with their menus. And just to give you an example, my buddy Bart, whose hat I'm wearing right now, he's constantly, dude, sometimes he'll have 40 things on his menu, and he'll do like,
What's his?
like he'll get crazy with it. He'll do like,
Where's he at? Where's his place?
he pops around at different breweries.
Oh, cool.
So pop up, yeah. So he'll do like brisket pot pie we were talking about. He'll do spaghetti with like meat sauce with different kinds of meats in it. So the barbecue spaghetti. He'll do different kinds of mac and cheese, ones that are have loaded with bacon and ones that aren't, He's just always doing different stuff, man, getting nutty with it. And I think that barbecue guys now, like the guy I interviewed who on my episode who just came out today, Phillips Barbecue in Atlanta, he was saying he likes to do like a theme. So he'll do like a Jamaican day, and he'll just do all like jerked barbecue, and get really creative. And he says the line's just as long for that as it is for his traditional barbecue days.
Awesome. Interesting. I guess maybe Texas is such a purist state too. Like it's very traditional, like they take it so seriously there. So like maybe if you're like doing funny stuff with a brisket, it's like screaming at the Alamo or something.
Yeah. All right, Shane, I'm going to give you an opportunity to make a request. When we get back on the road, what's something creative that you want me to try to cook for us in the smoker on the tour bus?
Oh, dude. I wasn't prepared for that.
Take your time, pal. It's just live.
It's just live. Well, you dick. If it's just, don't talk to me about how prepared I need to be if it's live when you're coming in 8 form.
When no one could see. Dude, we had so many viewers when I first popped on, and then it was like people hung in there while the screen was black, and we got the technology figured out just in time for them to give up. Yeah. Sorry, my dog's yelling at the mailman.
It's like you're streaming this from the Sega
Genesis. Everybody. What's that, mailman? Oh, you think my mustache looks nice? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I know Shane's an idiot. He doesn't understand something cool when he sees it.
That's not it at all. That's
all right, buddy. You're gonna be on my live stream on Wednesday from the Common Space Brewery, but you'll be at your house. And have you done many of these virtual shows yet?
I've been doing a bunch of them. Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of them. They're comedy methadone. It's not the same thing, but it definitely helps. I feel like it's like, as a performer, it's like I like seeing people still laughing. It really helps a lot. It helps me a lot. Yeah. And Dave, I know what I want.
Yes, I'm listening.
I want. Let's see if you can do this. Mm-hmm. A kind of like a brisket enchilada.
Brisket enchilada. Yeah. Sounds like a higher degree of difficulty, but let's do it.
Yeah, like a brisket, I think a brisket enchilada. Oh man, I would do brisket tamales for you, but that the bus that would just make it smell something awful and would take days. So, and it already has enough odor in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bus doesn't smell terrible when we have 6 dudes packed in there, anyways. I think a tamale would be an upgrade.
Yeah, yeah. At least it'll smell just like one thing.
Yeah, and at least we'll be able to identify where it's coming from.
That's a good point. Yeah, instead of just like weird butts and toes and cracks and fart smells.
All right. So since this is a food, a subject matter that we like to talk about here, before I let you go, buddy, tell us where the handle Syrup Mountain came from.
Oh, well, you know Kinane, yeah.
Say again, Kyle Kinane?
Yeah,
I've heard of him.
Yeah, well, he's a good buddy of mine. We've actually been riding bikes a lot around.
Adorable.
Yeah, it's very well. He mountain bikes and I'll ride in the city with him. But we years ago when we first started becoming friends, he's like, we were at a show and I was like watching him, and he saw me standing there and he goes, Shane's all right. He's like, because Because yeah, like I'm a big guy with the long hair, and he goes, he's got the big shoulders and the steely blue eyes and long hair. Looks like a real son of a bitch, but like some kind of steely-eyed night tiger. But he's not. He's a syrup mountain. He's just real sweet. He's just a big pile of sweetie. So hence I just changed it to my Twitter handle. I thought it was fucking dumb as shit, but now it's just been around so long it's not going anywhere.
Well, we should all be so lucky to have a nickname like Syrup Mountain.
How about why don't we call your mustache Creepy Touchy Thingy?
Jesus said it looked like a one of those brushes that you put barbecue sauce on the top of ribs. So he told me that's the secret ingredient when I cook ribs. I need to just brush the sauce onto the ribs with my mustache to give it some more essence.
You've ruined barbecue for me just now with that.
Shane's never going back to Texas again.
That's disgusting.
The thought of barbecue now, Shane's going to be like,
you and your pervy little cookie duster on your lip.
Man, I appreciate your honesty, buddy, and I love you.
I love you, Dave, and I'll keep telling you that thing's terrible. Like
Thanks, buddy.
I miss you.
It's terrible, but it just booked a commercial, buddy.
Oh God.
All right, pal. I'll see you Wednesday night on the computer for our show. Stay safe, buddy. Hopefully, we're back to doing tour dates sooner rather than later. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning. We generally have a lot more people watching than this, but I'm going to cut it up into a great little clip and make sure the world hears the name Shane Torres.
I thank you very much, buddy. You take care of yourself. I can't wait to see you, man.
All right, buddy. Talk soon.
Take care, pal. Love you.
Love you too. All right, that's my buddy Shane. I've been very lucky. Dude, that's one of the coolest things about comedy, guys, is like I didn't even know Shane like a year and a half ago. And because we both got put on some tour dates with Bert, we just got to know each other really well, very fast. And it's a bonding experience that I wish every co-worker in every environment could have, to where you get to know each other so well and become fast friends. So great dude. One of my favorite people to go eat with and talk food with. So I'm glad he could pop on with me today. Got some awesome guests lined up for the rest of this week. Sorry, today was a little bit of a slow start with the technical issues and with me getting a little distracted with some other stuff I had going on today. But we're going to be here Tuesday through Friday. And I got great guests for you. And I promise that we will hopefully not have the same streaming issues at the beginning if it doesn't rain. Blame it on the rain. Yeah. All right. Sorry. I'm showing my age. All right, guys. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow, 6 o'clock.